Hello,
Hello. Yes.
I'm audible to you.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I got your message about 7 segment display.
7 seconds.
Just share your screen and show me.
Yes, sir. Sir, are you free now?
Yes, yes.
I'll run the block diagram.
Yes, yes. I got that. It is working perfectly.
Yes.
0, 1, 2, 3, 6. Okay. Okay. Now I just told you how to go with multiple digits. It is a single 7 segment display. So in today's lecture I am just using yours 7 segment display VI, and using that VI I just go through the multiple digits. So
Okay.
just wait, I'm just downloading your VI.
My VA is for the previous version, sir. You are
No
using
issue,
current
no
one?
issue. If future
Okay.
version means upper version is there, it will open your last version, but
Okay. So, yeah, my company is we have the latest one. I do something on the company, I cannot open my laptop.
okay,
So
okay.
I
In that
saved to
case,
previous version. Yeah.
in that
In
case
that.
I just tell you how to downgrade your VI. You
Yes.
know that?
Okay. Yes, I know that. I saving time. It's one option is there. Save
Yes, yes.
previous version.
Save as
Yeah.
option is there. Okay. Using that version, you just select your version. Just send me your VI again. It is not downloading. Downloading option is not available. Maybe it is creating some problem on WhatsApp. VI is just mail me
Okay, sir.
@Salim NITK.
Salim
Salim SALIM NITK @gmail.com.
K
Yes,
for
yes, yes.
okay.
I just mention in the chat box.
Okay.
Is not there. Salim NITK @gmail.com. It is.
Okay.
Yes.
Salim NAT is
Yes,
at the
yes,
rate
yes. This
gmail.com,
one,
correct?
this one.
Because I sent you.
Okay. So over here, I just share my screen to you. It is visible to you.
Yes, yes.
So over here, this is your 7-segment VI. In this case, if you want to go for multiple digits, we just copy this one. I just change the position of this, copy the complete one and place it over here. Just select all, press Control like this, just select this, press Control, and when you place your cursor, it will create a addition button like this. You can create as many as digits. Okay, so right now I'm just using only 2 digits. So this is on the front panel. You just go to the block diagram also. So as you see over here, there is a pouch is there. So just I just change it, just remove the 1 minute. You just need to first remove this while loop. Select only for loop. So over here, this is my for loop. Again, select for loop, place it outside the while loop. Yes, just delete the while loop. So over here, this is my previous one and this is my future one. So this part, you have to just delete this delay, and this part you have to place outside the this for loop, because we have to just place a nested loop case over here. 1 minute, it is copied. I just want to place this only. Delete this for loop and just go to your main function. So this is my original one, and I just go to my future one. This one is my copied one. You just need to remove its labels. As you see over here, labels are not there in this case. So now in the programming part, as you see over here, this is my first digit. It goes from 0 to 9. Okay, and this one I just put another for loop outside, because in the previous case when we go with arrays, when I just take an example of one-dimensional array. After that, I just create a two-dimensional array using for loop inside a for loop. The concept is same over here. You just need to connect this iteration to this one. Okay, so over here again you have to put same value, that is 10, because it goes from 0 to 9. So when you just run it, as you see, first outer loop runs one time, inner loop runs 10 times. So when it is goes, as you see, 1 is there. Then you also change the color of these LED. If it is not visible to you or it is not clear to you, you can change the color. I also explain you in today's lecture. So this is how you can go with multiple digits. This is for double digit, and if you want to go for 3 digits, again same, in the same way, you just need to copy this part only,
and then add another one for loop.
yes,
The same method.
inside nested loops are there, for loop inside for loop inside for loop, it will give you, yes,
multiple digits.
yes, yes. Right now is I created over here, so I just connect this, and over here again it is 10, and now I just go to the over here, these are changing its position, so you have to just again place these according to the pattern available in the block diagram. This is the middle one, so I just place it at the middle position, then it is below one, and this is top one and this is the this part. It is not usually in some cases the position may be differ, like in the first case the position is same, but in this case the position is different. This is the above one, this is over here, so like this. So as I run it, again 0 0 0 is there, and according to, and if you want to make it fast, just change the delay inside the this loop. Let's say it is 100. So right now I just run it. So using this you can create a counter inside a LabVIEW VI. Okay, so if you want to just change the color, you just select the LED, go to the properties, over here you just make it its own time. Right now it is green, you just make it red, let's say, or this color is for off. So when I just press OK, as you see,
yes,
okay, so this is how you can change the color of your LED. So this is the code for digital display. I just remove this. Now I just go to the last part that we discussed, cluster operation and array operations. Okay, so I just go to the VI. I already told you what is the difference between cluster and an array. In case of cluster, we have different type of data, and basically the purpose of the cluster is to reduce the space in case of front panel. As you see, in the case of front panel, if you have multiple indicators over here, using a cluster, single cluster, you can put all these indicators inside a single function, and you can wire it through a single wire also. Different type of data will flow through the same wire. Like I show you, in this case, as you see, I just take 3 types of indicator, just auto sizing it. And I just make it control over here and just copy it, and over here this is my indicator. I just change it to indicator, and using this, using a single wire, I just transfer numeric data, boolean data and string data. So this is the purpose of your cluster. Okay, so in the cluster we have different functions. Like over here, as you see, usually we use these 4 functions in our day-to-day programs. So first is unbundle by name. So I just take it. If you have any cluster, input cluster, it will require input cluster, just connect it. So unbundle by name, as it shows, the name shows unbundle, means in this case we have a bundle of numeric data, boolean data. If I just delete this output cluster, in this cluster the data is numeric type, means floating, floating control, boolean value, boolean control and string control. Okay, so 3 type of data is placed inside this cluster. If you want to unbundle these 3 by name, you just place unbundle function over here and create a indicator. So it will give you separate values of these indicators. Let's say over here I just put 45, and when I just run it, 45 is inside this numeric value. And if you require multiple indicators or multiple selections, so you just increase this, and in this case the last value is again repeated. Okay, so last indexed value, mainly last indexed value is repeated over here. So you just create indicator in this case, indicator in this case. So this is the case of how to unbundle by name. Okay, let's say over here I just put name, and when I hit on run button, as you see, signal transferred from over here to these indicators. So this is my unbundle by name. Another function inside the clusters, we have bundle by name. In this case, you just unbundling, over here you have to bundle. Okay, so means you have to just create combination of these. In this case, if you want to just add on something into your string, you just want to concatenate your string, you want to just put something like, if name is there, you want to just put hello Satish, like this. You want to put Mr. Satish, Dr. Satish. If you want to add something before this, you just use bundle by name and just create a new string. Okay, so in this case I am just connecting it to a input string, means formatting string, and over here it require input value. Okay, you just create another control also for this. You can use this numeric control also. Like in this case, I just want to add a function. Let's say I want to just increment that value. Initial value is this, that is 45, and I want to just add 20 to it. I'm just taking an example over here. So the output cluster that is created this by this bundle function, it will contain 45 plus 20. It will show you 65 inside the output cluster. Okay. So over here, this is my bundle function. I'm just connecting directly to it, and over here, this is my output cluster. So when I just run it, it show you, as you see, operation is added to your function.
Okay.
Like if you want to just over here, in the case of boolean, you just negate the value. So as you see over here, I have not operator when I just connect it, and I already told you if you want to put Mr. something, so over here we have concatenate string. So just connect it over here. It is my second string, and over here this is my, let's say I want to just put Mr. before it. Okay, so just connect it. When you hit on run button, as you see, Mr. Satish, and boolean condition is off in this case, and the value is 65. So this is how you can use unbundling and bundling of a cluster. If you have different values, like I already told you, if you have multiple values through a single serial wire, you want to just extract data from that cluster. In your real-time data also, we have different type of data. You have to just first note down, let's say on the first indexing, let's say voltage is there, on the second indexing current is available over here, in the third indexing temperature is there. You have to just extract those data and use that data for your application, and after you just want to place it in a report, in a Power BI, or in a XYZ. Okay. So this is how bundle and unbundle function works. So in the cluster we have two functions all more, unbundle and bundle. These are same, but in this case it is not by name. They represent only data type. Like the numeric will the data is dbl. It will show me dbl. Over here boolean, it will show true false. In the string it will show character type. So like over here I am just connect this function. This one and this one both are same, but over here it is a bundle by name. It is just showing its data type. Like over here for the string it is abc, true false, dbl. If you just change it to different data type, like over here if I am just changing it to integer type, as you see over here it is i32, it goes to i32, and I again when I change it to i32, in place of i32 I just make it i16. Over here as you see i16 is there. Okay, so the function is same, but representation is different. If you want to, in the case of let's say you just share your code to your customer, in that case you want to just you do not want to share your complete information to the customer. Like this you can hide your information, and also you can change different position also, like over here.
Okay,
using this. Okay, so in that case you have to just reconnect your devices. So I am just changing it to numeric. Over here boolean is there and string is there, and in the same case, same way, over here we have unbundle by name, and we have another function that is bundle. You just connect. In the case of bundle, it will require your formatting, not the original one. It requires just formatting. Like I just show you. In this case I am just using numeric, boolean and string. I am just with specific values, I just create a blank cluster over here, and in this blank cluster I just put first boolean, second numeric value, and third one I just put string. Let's say just auto sizing it, and you just need a formatting which type of data your bundle will carry, as you see over here. Okay, it need not require any input like this. Okay, hello.
Yes, sir.
In
But
this,
both are look like same. The first one and the bundle one, the second cluster two.
basically bundle, in the case of bundling, we just take different values, different data types, and we bundle them. In unbundling,
Okay.
we just separate them. But
Okay, so
in
they
the
are
case of bundle, you just need a format, what
Yes,
type
sir.
of data
Okay.
you want. Like in this
Okay.
case, I just have 3 type of data. If you want to place another type of data also, let's say in this case, I'm just placing one boolean also, I'm just placing one numeric also, you just place inside this, and in this case it requires
It should be
input
output.
functions. So over here
Okay.
we have formatting. This wire is for only for formatting, it doesn't require any input. Okay, so
Okay.
so this is the case of different operations of cluster, bundling and unbundling. In the maximum cases, when we go with cluster, these 4 functions are used.
Okay.
So this is cluster operation, and in the exercise you can find different exercise related to these clusters. In the next part, I am just placing a example over here for you. You just need to tell me the answer. Okay, what is the output? So in this case, I'm just using a array with 3 values. Let's say over here 2, 1, 2, 2, 3, 2, 2. Okay, I'm just connecting this array to the edge of my for loop, and over here I just put 10. You just tell me how many times my loop runs or how many values it will generate. So over here this is my output array. So you just tell me what is the output of this array 2. Yes, it is a clad question.
Okay, it's running 9 times, sir.
It can run, it
9 times.
run 10 times, but the value should be 0 to 9 according to the for loop condition. But in this case it is not true. And when just tell me right now, when I just delete it, now how many times it will run?
It is no number of loops, so it's run continuously.
So there are so many properties of for loop. So today I tell you different properties. Like in the earlier case, as you see over here, in the loop count we have 10 values. Okay,
Yes.
So total 10 times my loop should run.
Okay.
But
10 times 0 to 9.
But in the case of this, in this particular case, there is an input array which contains only 3 values.
3, 2, yes, correct.
Yes, only 3 values are there, 1, 2 and 3. In this case, when you run it, it will generate only 3 values. As you see, 0, 1, 2, yes. Because it is connected to iteration. Okay. Array 2, it is connected to
iteration.
Yes, iteration, and it will run only 3 times. This is the case if I just add one more array element inside this. In this case, how many times it will run?
4 times.
4 times. So as you see over here, 0, 1, 2, 3. And when I just delete this one, Control B, when I just delete this one, it is not necessary you just need to connect your count loop. If array is connected to your loop, it may be one dimensional array, it may be two dimensional array. If array is connected at the input side, this is my input side of my for loop. If array is connected to my input side, this one over here, top one, and this one, this is my array input part. Okay, so if array is placed over here, the number of elements according my loop will configure itself according to the number of elements present in my array. Let's say over here I just put another element, so now it will run 5 times, as you see. Okay, but
Yes.
if I just place a loop count over here, and if the count of loop is less than the number of array element, in that case loop will run according to the less number. If loop count is less, it will run this type, and if count is high, it will run according to the array. It is clear to you?
Yes, sir.
So this is the functioning of a for loop, different way, in a different way, how you can run your for loop. Okay, in the same way you can go for while loop also. In that case you just create condition. So today I just tell you how to convert for loop in a while loop and a while loop in a for loop. In the previous lecture I just told you how to convert for loop in a while loop by using conditional loop. Okay, so I just again place a for loop over here. In this case you just put a very high value, as you see, and just connect this loop iteration, and over here you just need to conditional terminal, place a conditional terminal, and it will stop inside the any value. Okay, so this is how you can convert for loop into a while loop. Okay, this is how you can convert for loop into a while loop. There is no need of this creation of this array. I am just for sake, I just create how many values it will generate. Okay, so you just delete this, or you just place an indicator over here inside the for loop. It will show you the last value. So I just create indicator over here. It will show me the last executed loop. Okay, when I just press the stop button. So when I hit on run button, I just stop it. So 7041153 is my last executed iteration. So this is how you can convert for loop into while loop. Now I just tell you how to convert while loop into for loop. So as you see, my while loop is an infinite loop. For loop is my finite loop. While loop is my infinite loop. The function of iteration is same. It will start from 0. It goes to, in the case of for loop, n-1, but in case of while loop it goes to infinity until you press the stop button. Okay, when you press the stop button, it will automatically stop your while loop. So now if you want to make it like a for loop, you just need to place a counter over here like this. N is my loop count. So like this, you just go to the comparison. When this value, that iteration value over here, and in every case when you go with any comparison node, you just put your running value in the X part and your condition inside the Y part. Okay. So over here, let's say I just create a control, or let's say I just put a constant over here. I just change it to constant like this. So in this constant, you just put your n value. Let's say I just put 10. So my loop automatically stop at 10 and just connect it to your loop. Okay. So So I just delete this one for loop, and I want to check the functioning of this structure. Create indicator over here and just place a time delay also. So when I hit on run button, as you see, right now it will stop at 10
At 10.
and my loop will run 11 times, because it will
Yeah,
start.
it's start from 0
Yes,
to
yes, yes. If you want to make it like your for loop, in that case, when the value of this is greater than 9, you can go with that function. It is basically the logic. Okay.
Okay.
So this is how you can convert for loop into while loop into for loop. And over here, inside this red dot, we have different conditions also. Like when I right click over here, there are two functions. Stop if true, it will stop when the value is true over here.
True.
When iteration is 10 and it is equal to 10, my equal to node will generate a true function, and this true function goes to my this function loop condition, and over here it is connected to stop if true. And if you make it continue if true, so it will run when true is there. Initially it will stop at 0 value because it is not equal to 10.
0.
0 is not equal to 10. That's why it is generating a false value, and in this case my condition is continue if true.
Yeah, it's false, then it stop.
Okay, so this is how you can use this stop button in case of while loop.
Okay.
It is clear to you?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So next part, in the case of earlier we discussed, I am just going randomly, not according to the syllabus wise, because as you earlier told me, the some basic part is clear to you.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so in the Boolean part there is nothing left, because these are my simple logic gates. This is my compound. Over here, this is my, if you want to, AND function or array element, different array element. I just use it over here. These are my Boolean values. So you need a Boolean array. So I just make a Boolean array of switches type. In this, let's say over here there are my, you can arrange according to your application. So I just remove the label. So in this case, you just connect it. This function, the operation of this function is AND or array element. It will just generate the AND operation, and over here I just use a Boolean function to show the result. As we know, in the case of AND, what is the output? If
this is 0.
1 minute. As you see over here, it is difficult to me to just change its value. You just go to your tool palette, and over here you just make it to hand. In this case, it will run perfectly. Okay. So when you hit on run button, what is the output right now?
Right now is 0 1 1 0.
I am just asking you output, because it is a not, as you see over here, and when it is high 1 1 1 1, it will AND operation is there or array elements. Okay, you can just use this function in your signal processing examples. Let's say I am just sending 4 1-bit signal, 4 high signal from one place to another place, and if you want to check that how many digits are there, how many 4s are there, using this function by AND operation we can check the error also. If some value is missing, the AND function will generate false signal, and using this function we just check that the signal is not received, one signal is not received, or error signal is received. Okay, so this is my array multiplication or array AND operation. Over here this is OR operation. Over here number to Boolean array. If you want to convert number to Boolean array, you just go for it, array to number, and this function we already used it in from digital to binary conversion. So this is my Boolean palette. Over here we have string palette like array operations. In the case of array, we left so many parts, we do it one by one. So in the string functions, as you see over here, if you want to just check the length of your string like your array size operation, it will work same. So over here, let's say I just create a constant string or create a string control, and you just write any application over here or any word. So let's say this is my input string, and if I want to just check the size of this input string, you just go to connect your length function and create an indicator. It will show you the length of your string. In this case, total number of 140 characters are there. Okay, you can just count also, like I just change it, I just use only 3. Let's run it. As you see, 3 are there. Okay, so this is my length function. Then concatenate function I already used. Like if you want to just concatenate any string, like in this case I'm just putting your name Satish, and I just want to, and if you want to place before it or after it, there is a different operation. If you want to just place after it, you just connect to the first one, and in the second one you just make like
Kumar
or anything, and it will generate indicator. So in this case it will place after your name. And if you just want to, like in this case there is no space, so you in the input string you just make a space, or you just make a space inside the second one. Okay, so now it will generate Satish Kumar. Okay, it is up to you. You want to change inside the input string, or you want to change inside the your modified string. Okay, and if you want to just put before your name something, just connect to the below one, so it will generate Kumar Satish. Okay, so this is how you can if you in our case we got the list of different professors, and in that case we just have the names only. If we just want to place professor at the first place of every name, we just put like professor before it, and it will generate Professor Satish, like this, and it will work for all. And if you want to add as many as functions to your string, like Mr. Satish is from Tamil Nadu and he is currently working in this company, his age is this, he is married, something else you want to just add over here. It is not for only 2 functions. Okay, you can add as many as functions to it. Like right now I am just adding 3 strings into it, like over here hello, I am just adding to it when I hit run button. So on the first place professor is there, the second place input string, from input string Satish, the name is there, and in the third place we just put hello. Okay,
Hello.
so it is up to you how to use this concatenate string. Then again, string subset, if you want to just want some part of your string, and from where you want, you just put over here, and over here it is the length, how much you want. So in the default case, I am just checking what is the output. When I hit on run button, Satish is there, and when I put offset 1 over here, let's check what happened. It will start from indexing 1. Okay, and if you just place over here the length, in this case I'm just putting 2, let's run it. It will start from indexing 1, and it will take only 2 values, 1 and 2. Okay,
Okay.
so this is how you can go with subset string. Likewise, there are some options. These functions are used in normal application or normal string operations. Like in my case, I have a project of selecting the name, selecting the location. I just use these operations. Like I have a PDF of resume of a person. I want to just search the name, I want to just search the location, I want to just separate these two things from each other. So in that case, I just use these functions. Okay, so when you are using these functions one by one, you these functions are clear to you. And maximum we just use in this case concatenate function, search and replace function. These two functions are mainly used. Like if I have a Excel file and I want to just search for something, I just put Control plus F. That function search and replace string work like this. I just show you over here. This is my input string. You just go with Control H if you want to check input string. Like over here, I just put a sentence. Hello, Satish.
Yes.
Very good morning. Like this is my sentence, and in this is my input string. Okay, I just delete all the remaining part. So over here, this is my search and replace string, and if I want to just change, as you see over here, this is my input string. Second one is the search string. So in the search string, I want to just search for morning. It will search for morning, and if you want to just what you want to replace, so just put over here, it is evening. Okay, so now create indicator. So when you hit on run button, as you see, it go for specific value. It will go for morning. In my case, I have a problem, like in resume, some persons use his name in capital letter, some persons use his name in small letter. For that purpose, I just convert all the data into capital letter or small letter, and then I go for search. Okay, if you have a problem, like in my case, I have a, as I told you, some persons put his name in small letter, some persons use his name in capital letter. If I just change this morning to capital M with morning, so in this case it is not searching and not replacing as I am running it. Okay, so this is the case with me. In that case, I just first convert all the text into capital or small according to my convenience, and then I just put search and replace options. Okay, so this is how you can use your, you have to just in the programming part you have to just put your logic also to operate it. Okay, so in this case it is how search and replace string works. And if I just copy it many times, as many a time, you can go with this. Over here I am just changing it to capital M morning. Right now when I hit on run button, it will replace all these mornings with
Mornings. Okay.
evening. For that you have to just set the offset also to include as you want to replace all. Okay, so let's check what is 1 minute. Replace one for all instance of string with another string. So in this case we just need to go with the replace all function over here. This is the replace function. You have to just enable it. Okay, over here on the top there is a function replace all. It is the default condition, it is false. If you just make it true, all the functions, all the search value is replaced by your given value. Okay, hello,
Yes, sir.
it is clear to you?
Yes, sir. Clear.
Okay, and the offset function is same like in the previous case. If you want to check for first position, second position, third position, from where you want to search, okay, it is the same. So this is my search string. Now I just go with my structure, that is my flat sequence structure. Today we skipped our formula node, right?
Formula node. Yes.
In the previous case we just use last lecture we just use formula express vi.
Express
Over.
for a same variable. Okay.
Over here, this one, this is your formula express vi. Do you know about difference between express vi and normal vi? Do you have any idea?
No, normal way we need to add everything. For example, add we need to add, subtract we need to subtract. Express way we just give the formula and the name label will be changed. Otherwise, no need.
No. There is a main difference between express vi and a vi. In the case of express vi, it is a user friendly VIs. These are created by LabVIEW developers. You can also create your own express vi. Like over here, this express vi is for formula node. If I just remove it, there are another express vi also available in LabVIEW. Like over here, I just go with simulate signal. This is a express vi for sine wave, triangular wave with different frequencies, amplitude, as you see. These are developed by LabVIEW developers. You can also create your own also. In the future lectures, I will tell you how to create a express vi in LabVIEW. Okay, but
these are default one.
Default
The
one.
express is default,
Yes,
already
yes.
developed one.
Already developed one. You just change the values and you can use it in your program. Okay. So these are my, and the main how you can recognize your express vi, basically the color, it is in blue color. The base color is blue, as you see over here. When I go with let's say this simulate signal, the base color of this vi again blue, light blue, as you see over here. When I go with another one like formula, the base color is blue. Okay, so these are my express vi, or you can say default vi. So now I just first go with your formula node as you over here. It is same, nearly same with your, let's say in this case I want to create y is equal to mx plus c. Again same formula, because I just use formula node, I just use expression node, and right now I am using formula node for that purpose. So in this case, let's say y is equal to m into x plus c. This is my case. Okay, so you need to just go to the edge, add input. Input is my m, same variable should be used, same syntax. X is there and c is there. You can also use constants also inside your formula node. Right now, as you see, broken arrow is there. You just go to the output edge, add output, put y. Right now also there is broken arrow. You just create your control or constants. In this case, let's check broken arrow removed or not. Right now again broken arrow is there, as you see. So in the case of formula node, you have to just put semicolon after your program. This is the main important point inside a formula node. Okay, yes, after every function. So right now it is y is equal to mx plus c, and let's say again I am just creating z is equal to y into 4. Let's say in this case I just need output y, not y, z, output z. So create indicator, and again you just need to put colon,
semicolon,
as you see. Okay, so this is how you can use your formula node for creating different expressions. So let's say I am just putting some value inside this, and in this case this input variable you can just name it, this is my input variable m, this is my input variable c, and this is my input variable x. So just according to this over here you got the value, and 15 into 4 is your 60. And the functions supported by this formula node you can check through control H function, and just select your formula node. Over here these are my different functions supported by my formula node. Okay, you can create your any equation. And like this, do you know about transfer function?
Yes.
You are from which branch?
Power electronics.
Power electronics means you are electrical engineer basically.
Yes.
Okay.
Instrumentation. Basically, I'm instrumentation, but working as overall in power electronics.
Okay, you are a instrumentation engineer.
Yes.
I am also an instrumentation engineer. B.Tech instrumentation.
B.Tech. Okay.
Okay, you are BE only instrumentation or instrumentation and control?
Instrumentation and control, ICE.
Okay, my branch is only instrumentation, core instrumentation. Yes. So in our branch we just studied about control system.
Yes.
In that control system we just study about transfer function.
Transfer function.
Yes.
But
if you want to
Fourier transform, what it is.
Yes. The Fourier transform and Z transform, these are different things. But in the control system we have a transfer function of a particular model. Like if I have a motor, in that case we have a second order transfer function. If we have a temperature equipment to control the room temperature, we have a first order transfer function, like 1 over s plus 1. This is a first order transfer function. So like if you want to create different functions And over here in the lab view, there is R branch. These functions are related to R branch, mainly related to instrumentation. Like if you want to go with time response specification, you want to go with frequency response specification like Bode plot, Nyquist plot, rise time, delay time, model construction. Over here we have different functions. Okay, in the future lecture we will discuss these part also if you ask me. Okay, but it is not the part of basics. So right, and now I just told you another function, that is math step. It is nearly similar to formula node.
Okay.
And we mainly use it for transfer function, for creating any function. It is nearly equivalent to MATLAB script.
MATLAB script.
Yes. And in this LabVIEW, we have also a MATLAB script that is fully compatible with MATLAB. If you have a MATLAB code, you just copy that MATLAB code, go to your LabVIEW code and just drag that window and put your code inside the MATLAB window, MATLAB script window. And in the case of LabVIEW, as we know that the results are very clear, attractive as compared to other software. That's why we use LabVIEW. And the real-time simulation and real-time data acquisition is very easy as compared to other software in case of LabVIEW. So over here, if you want to again just generate same function, let's say that is y is equal to m into x plus c. You just again go to the edge, add m, add x, add c, and over here this is your output. My output is y. So just create control for this. You can use this math script for simple mathematical functions, or you can use your math script for complex system also. It will support many functions, as you see over here. Executes. You can generate C program also inside this math script node. Okay, so right now I just explain you how to create a transfer function in this math script. So this is my y is equal to mx plus c, and I'm just going to different function, that is the transfer function. Let's say my numerator is denoted by NUM, and over here like MATLAB you just need to put matrix values like over here. In this case my function just contain only one single value in the numerator, and in the denominator let's say I have two poles, and the values are let's say I want to just plot 1 over s square plus s plus 1. I am just writing over here 1 divided by s square plus s plus 1. I want to just plot this function. Okay, so numerator is there, denominator is there, and the function for transfer function, let's say we have plant. This is my plant. It is a variable only, and it is equal to, command is tf, and the function is numden. Basically numerator first, then denominator. It will generate my transfer function. So I just add output, that is my plant, and this output it will generate this function. Let's check. So as I just go to the control and simulation, and in the control simulation there is my transfer function block. This is my transfer function block. It will generate transfer function. Just connect this. And over here, just create an indicator. It will show you 1 over s square plus s plus 1 function. Wait for it. As you see over here, this is my function 1 over s square plus s plus 1. If you want to just plot this function, like in our BTech case, just plot the step function, step response of this function. What is the step response of this function? You just go to control and simulation. Maybe in your case this control and simulation block is not available, you just install this. So in this case I am just want step response. I just go to see time response specification. So just connect this one. It will work with whole zero form, it will work with transfer function form, it will work with state space form also. Over here I just have an indicator. It will generate step response over here, and if you also want the step response data, you just create an indicator for this also. It will show you step response data. Like if you want to just need let's say rise time, delay time, for that purpose I just put another function over here. 1 minute. That is my parametric data. So I just show you an example over here. Time response parametric data. So as you see over here, rise time overshoot. When I hit on run button, it will show me the step response. This is my step response. This is my basic diagram that is available inside my books of control system. And over here I got the rise time, delay time, peak time, study time, settling time. And if you just make it continuous, if you want to just change the different functions, you just put over here in the place of constant, just put variable over here. Like over here I just put A, B and C, and over here we just add input A, add input B, the variable that is used inside the formula, add input C, and just create control for this. And initially I just put 1, 1, 1, and when I hit on run button, the same operation is there. And when I just make it continuous run and changing the constant C, you can check the response in real time. It is not possible in other software like MATLAB, any software. It is not possible for that software to run the simulation in real time. You, in the case of, let's say, if you want to go with this function for the MATLAB, you just need to change the value, then hit on run button. It will simulate your program. Again, when you change the value or input variable value, again you have to stop the code, change the value, again hit on run button, it will run the simulation. But in case of LabVIEW, it will run in running mode. It is the advantage of LabVIEW. Okay, so this is how you can work with math script window. This is my math script window. We can model any function like our DC motor, our BLDC motor. You can create your function, or basically in every model we have a, and at the back end we have a mathematical transfer function for that. It may be transfer function, it may be state space equations for that real model. Okay. So this is about the math script window. Now I just go with the stacked and flat sequence window. So over here, this is my flat sequence. I just make it large. So the advantage of this flat sequence window is that in this case you need not to select any case. Like in the case structure, over here let's say I just make it numeric type. When I just make it numeric type, and if I have 3 cases and I want to run first 0 case, then 1 case, then second case. Okay, so you have to just select, or you want to just add a for loop or a while loop with you this case structure or case selector. Okay, but in the case of flat sequence, there is no need of any loop connection. It will run automatically. Like I will show you. As you see over here, only single case is there. When you add using right click, just add frame after this, again add frame after. So over here I have 3 frames. Okay, first frame, second frame, third frame. When I hit on run button, the property of flat sequence is that it will run first frame first, then second frame, then third frame. Means it will, inside this frame, what is available, it will run first. What is available in this loop, it will run after this, but before this. Let's check it how it works. So for that purpose, I just go to the dialog box. I'm just telling you another functions also inside this. Let's, in the dialog box, I have a one button function. It will pop up a window. Okay, so I just create a message over here. Let's say hello. Okay, so it will generate hello and it will generate a OK button. I just copy it, and over here, let's say it is my name Salim in the second frame, and in the third frame, let's say Satish is there. Your name is there. Okay. So according to this code, when I hit on run button, automatically hello with a pop-up window will occur. As you see over here, hello, and it still there when I just press OK. When I just press OK, it will go to my next window, that is Salim window, as you see.
Okay.
And it is staying in the second frame till the pressing OK button. And when I just press OK button, it goes to my third case. And when I just press OK button for Satish, my loop will stop. One by one, it is executing every frame. If you have a process like in your industry, in the first phase, let's say there is a collection of different components. In the second phase, you have to just place these components over 0 PCB. In the third phase, you just need to soldering them. In the fourth phase, you just packaging this. If this process you want to create, like you just go with your flat sequence structure and you just generate as many as frames inside it. Okay, so this is how flat sequence works. It is clear to you? You can go with as many as examples. There are so many different examples for flat sequence, for stacked sequence. When you use these different examples, your concept of every function clear very well. You just need to create every example that are available on internet, or I just also provide you different examples of every case. Okay.
Sir, your voice breaking.
Right now? Hello?
Yeah, now clear, sir. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, sir, now clear.
Okay. So you can just go with every examples. I just share the example VIs to you, as I already developed so many exercise related to these examples. I just share with you. You just go with all the VI, and in the VI, but there is a issue because you have a lower version. I have to just change it to 2020 version for every case.
It's,
Very difficult.
it's okay, sir. You send me. In my office I can use for the latest one.
Okay,
So I just continue.
okay. I just share the example VIs to you. You just go through all the VIs. Okay.
Okay, sir.
So this is the case of flat sequence structure. If
Flat
you want
sequence.
to go with stacked sequence structure, in the previous one before 2010 version, the flat sequence and stacked sequence are separated by Ni in its structure, but now they just putting flat sequence in the structures. You just select your flat sequence structure, just right click and make it stacked sequence. It will just create a stacked sequence. Basically, there is no difference between flat sequence and stacked sequence, but the representation only. Over here, it is just like case structure,
Okay, case structure.
but it is not a case selector over here. In the case of flat sequence and stacked sequence, we do not have any case selector, like question mark is not available in this case. Okay, this is the main difference, and the flat sequence will run automatically from frame 0 to frame last. Okay, so this is the flat sequence and stacked sequence. Now in the comparison case, we have maximum and minimum function. Okay, and in range and coarse function. I just explain you what is the function of these and the select function. So first I just go with the select function. Let's say over here this is my selection part, and over here this is my true case. What will be executed if true function is there, and what will be executed if false function is there. Let's say over here your name is there. It is a Boolean type, not Boolean, it is a numeric floating type. So I just make it to string type for naming purpose. Let's check, just place a constant over here, connect it. So in the case when true is there, the value is Satish, and if false is there, let's say Salim is there. Okay, and over here this is my indicator, and I just create a control over here, and this control, it may be connected to your temperature, it may be connected to your pressure indicator, any sensor value. Okay, so I just go the output part, and in today's lecture I just create a VI how to control the temperature of a room. Basic example, I just create a VI for that. So right now I just continuously run it. In the false case Salim is there, in the true case Satish is there. So this is how your case selector works. Okay, and it will work with numeric value also. Like I just go with selector. In the true case, it will this function will help you in hardware part also. Let's say the Boolean value or input value from your sensor is below 5 volt. Let's say, okay, but you want to generate 5 volt signal through your output port, analog output port. Let's say, yes. Yeah. In that case, you just make 5 over here, and if false is there, you just put 0 over here, and it will generate. And over here you just need a comparison function. Let's say when the value from the sensor that is connected to this part only. I am just creating a control over here. Let's say it is my sensor value. When this sensor value is greater than 1, because sensor will generate 1 volt, 2 volt, 3 volt, it is up to the sensor. Okay, but like in our electronics project, IR sensor module will generate 3.26 volt when my hand is in front of that IR sensor. Okay, so it is up to me. First I have to check what is the value generated by my sensor from the data sheet. Let's say in this case, when the sensor value is greater than 1, it will generate a true value, and finally it will generate 5 volt. But initially it will generate 2 value, okay, or let's say 1.1. For 1.1 input value, if 1 is there, it will generate false. When 1.1 is there, it will generate 5 volt for it. Okay, so this is how you can use this case selector in your hardware program for output generation. So this is the case of case selector. So now I just explain you how to create a VI to control the room temperature, and the room temperature is my random value. It depends on sensor. I already told you, for if you do not have any sensor, you just go with random number. So I just go with random number. So first I go with my loop. In the real time operations, we just go with while loop, because there is no condition how many samples you require. You just need real time, infinite time. So I just create control. It is up to me. When I just stop this loop, it will stop data acquisition and data generation. So over here I just go with random number. This random number will generate random values from sensor. Let's say upper bound is 55 degrees Celsius and lower bound is 20 degrees Celsius. So I want to maintain the room temperature at a level or in a range. So for that purpose, this is my input value. So I just connect this value to my temperature sensor. Over here I just put a thermocouple.
Sir, is the black diagram nothing will be happen, sir. It's just showing random number range only. U64 only.
Where? In your case or in my case?
Yes, sir, in my side. In my side, I can only see the black diagram only. I not seeing anything.
Right now?
Yes, sir, right now.
Just checking me. I am just stop sharing and again sharing my window. Right now?
Now it's share.
Now it is visible to you?
Yes, and now I can see it. Now I can see the thermometers and then the numbers.
Yes, yes. And the window of at what time it is disappearing?
Yeah, just to I can see only in the random number range. I can see
Okay.
in the diagram.
Basically in this example only.
Yes, this example.
Okay. So over here in the numeric, I already told you there is a random number. It will generate from 0 to 1, and this is modified random number. In this case, you just go with upper bound and lower bound value. I just put upper bound value with 55, lower bound value is 22. So this is my sensor value. So over here, this is the sensor value that is displayed in thermometer. Now I want to just create a control logic for this function. So over here, this is my thermometer. Let's say for controlling the room temperature, I have a AC. I am just displaying it with this function. this is my air conditioning unit. Basically, if you want to, you already know that basically maybe you are working with hardware also. Are you working with hardware?
Yes, sir.
You know the converters, you know the relays
Yeah, I
operations.
know.
Okay, so like if I want to just turn on the AC, I just go with a relay and a controller. Relay will generate signal for your AC, and the input signal for relay, that is generated by my controller, and the controller may be your NI DAC devices, it may be Arduino, it may be any controller. Okay, and that control signal will be generated by using your code. So right now I'm just displaying AC with this LED, and over here let's say this is my heater. Okay, and the color is, let's say I want to just use the same color. So this is my input signal. When this value, this input value should be connected to the upper value, that is X. When this value is less than, let's say when this value is less than 25 degrees Celsius, it will generate a signal for heater. Okay, when this value is less than 25 degrees Celsius, mainly for this program, when the value from 20 to 25, not 25, 20 to 24, it will generate a signal for heater. Okay, and when the value is less than this value, because sensor value is from over here only. So when this value is 1 minute, this value,
25 and constant.
let's say I have a logic, I want to just maintain the temperature between 25 to 30. When this value is greater than, not less than function,
Greater.
Control Z, I'm just using greater function. When this value is greater than, let's say 30, it will generate true function and it goes to my AC. It will generate AC, and in the place of heater I just use when this value less than. Over here I just use less than. So now the same input goes to X and the constant is this, and it will generate signal for heater. So this is my code, and when I hit on run button, you just put delay over here, otherwise it will run very fast. So let's go with the case. So when the temperature is 50, it will turn on AC. Now heater is on. This is how you can control the temperature, and right now my room temperature is between 25 to 30 degrees Celsius. It will maintain 25 degrees Celsius to 30 degrees Celsius. You just need to send these true signals, that LED signals goes to your hardware part, through your hardware. I will show you in the future lectures how to generate these signals, or maybe already have you worked on Arduino?
Sorry, sir.
Have you worked on any controller?
Yes, I am working on microcontrollers.
Which one?
F.
Sorry?
8. I'm using the so many microcontrollers like PFC 86185.
Okay.
8085.
The company made Atmel?
No, sir. Company it's microchip.
Microchip. Okay. Okay. So your work is basically on the electronics part, embedded system.
Sorry, sir.
You are working on embedded system.
How can I say? It's a power supply, sir.
Mainly on power
AC
supply
to
only.
DC, yeah, AC to DC converter, and then electrical vehicle charger.
Okay. You can help me in electrical vehicle charger.
Yes, I can.
Okay, okay. So in our college we are working on it. We generate a gateway for charger also.
What's the power rating?
It is for two-wheeler only right now.
Yes, sir. It should be power something like 10 kV, 11 kV. How
Uh,
much is the power?
right now it is up to 5.
5 kilowatts.
Yes.
Okay.
So I just want to connect with you in the future also for the power electronics part. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
So this is the case of your room temperature controller example. So now I just explain you another function that is in range function and maximum minimum. So over here I have maximum minimum function. If you want to just have two values, the values from two sensors, and you just want to check which one is minimum, which one is maximum, you just go with this minimum maximum function. It will work with array also. So over here I just create control for x value, y value, and it will generate maximum value, it will generate minimum value. So let's say I put over here 34 and over here 3 only. When you hit on run button, it will show you maximum and minimum value from your function or your input value. So as the name suggested, maximum and minimum, and the important function is in range cos. This is the important function. So over here it is your upper limit. Let's say my upper limit is 35 and lower limit is, let's say, 10. And in this case, over here I just create a control, and this control will generate value from 0 to 100 or 0 to 1000, let's say. And over here it will show you the forced value. So let's check how it works. So when I run it continuously, so right now as you see, the input is 0, but the minimum value it give me 10.
Yes.
Okay. So when I increase it up to 10, it will give me only 10. Now I just go with my range. This is a in range cost. If the value is below the lower limit, it will give me lower value. If the value from the sensor is above the upper limit, it will give only upper limit.
Okay.
And in between it will show me exact value. As you see, right now 35 is there, and when I go with 36, it will not increasing. Using this 35. You can limit your range, like your maximum power rating or minimum power rating. If you want to limit, then you go with this function. Okay.
Okay.
So this is the course in range function. So today I just also explain you one graph. That is, in the graph palette I have a chart. This is my chart. As already I told you, in the graph and chart there is a difference. The chart will contain or will take only single value. The single value comes to it, it will just plot it. But in the case of graph, it will store a set of values first, then it will plot. And if you want to just check its representation, just change its view or change its view as a icon. As you see, there is a difference between two labels. I am just also removing. You just check over here around the DBL we have a square brackets.
Okay.
But inside this we have a box inside DBL.
Inside the DBL.
Okay. So this is the main difference in the view part. If you in a program someone asks you that which one will take array, which one will take scalar value, you just check using this expression. In the case of waveform chart, if you want to just change your plot, like over here as you see different values, so I just create a for loop first to generate different values, and I am just multiplying this with my random number. All the values I am just multiplying with my random number, and over here I just put a chart, just connect it, and it will just show me how many values I want in this chart. So when I hit on run button, as you see, I got values 0 to up to 100. When you just multiply 100 with some value, that is because this random number will generate from 0 to 1, so it goes up to maximum 80 right now. Basically in this case you just scaling your values. Okay. And if you want to just check also what values are there, just go with this function, just create an array, again hit on run button. As you see over here the values are there and the function is there. So right now if you want to change the properties, the data is available with you, now you want to just improvise your data. For example, your display properties, if you want to put your data like this, if you want to put like this, just go with this. And if you want to just change the color, if you want to just change the width, in this case first you just change your system right now. Over here if you want to just change the width, as you see, if you want to just change the type, style, you go with this. If you want to change the bar plot type, which type of bar plot you want, and another functions in this also, you just go with this data to your Excel file, to your clipboard, you just copy this and just place over your paint window. And also when you just, this is the part of your graph, these are the functions related to your inside this graph. And if you want more functions, just select this, right click, visible items, over here caption is there, then scale legend is there. When I just go with scale legend, over here this is my time axis, over horizontal axis that is my x axis, you just go with this. If you want to place grid over here, then okay, if you want to go with grid, if you want to go with precision, how many values you want inside your this function, what type of graph you want, logarithmic graph or linear graph, what type of formatting you want, like decimal, scientific, engineering, there are different formatting also. And if you want to just scale, like style, over here there is a different styles also available. If you want to just place different values between this, you just go with this format, right over here, just select your graph, right, x-axis, and in the style you can select any style. Okay, it is up to you. And you also just locate, as you see over here, And if you want to automate this, like I want to just fix this values, I want to just fix it, it should be maximum 100 and minimum 0. In that case, I just go with y-axis, auto scale should be disabled, and over here I just put 100, and over here the minimum value is 0. In this case, when I hit on again run button, my plot will not auto update. The maximum value should be maximum value again, in every case it is 100 every time. Okay, but as you see over here in the chart history, you can go to the chart history. 1 minute. Over here, this is the chart history length. It is 1024 in the default case. You can this is the number of values your chart can store. Okay, total number of values 1024. It can store maximum. You can change it according to your application. Okay, so now another function in this chart, I just go with right click, visible items. Over here we have graph palette. As you see, if you want to move this graph, you just select it, you can move your graph, you can arrange, like if you want to make it large like this, you can go with this function. This is from graph palette, and if you want to just check the current value, when you hit on run button, it will generate over here value, this one. Okay, this value over at this edge, the value is 91.24 at this edge. It is not showing this value, it is showing last value. Okay, when you run it slowly, means one by one, it will show you the current value. If you want to check these values, just place a loop delay inside this, like create constant. Let's say I am just using 100 millisecond delay, and when you hit on run button, you just check different values. Okay, so this is how it will work. So now I am just go with another function, that is X scroll bar. X scroll bar, it will generate, because your chart will store all the values from left to right. Yes, it will run from left to right. Okay, if you want to check the previous values, you just go with X scroll bar. It is clear to you?
Yes, sir, clear.
So now in the all the functions are there, and if you want to make your data current data default, you just go with this function. If you just copy your data, you just go with this function. If you want to clear your chart, you just go with this function, it will clear your chart. There are different functions available in this chart. It is my waveform chart. You can use it for sine wave generation, cos wave generation, tan signal, square wave generation. You can generate any signal. Like I just show you an example of simulate signal. In the express signal analysis, we have simulate signal. Over here, right now I am just selecting sine wave. You can see is this one, amplitude is this one. Just make it okay. And over here, it will generate a real time type. Just connect this function, and when you hit on run button, so over here you have to set the frequency, you have to set the amplitude, you have to set the phase also, so it will generate values. So when you again hit on run button, continuously run, just need to place this function inside a loop for continuous. Let's check. As you see, it is generating so many values. So this is how you can generate or how you can use simulate signal. If you want to just go with in place of sine wave, you just go with square wave, select square wave, and in the real time also you can change it from here.
Okay, sir.
Frequency
Need
you
to
can
change.
change, amplitude you can change,
Amplitude, everything.
yes, phase you can change, and over here there are different options also.
Okay, sir.
Okay, so this is all about today. We just try
Okay, sir.
that exercise up to
Yes,
40.
yes, sure.
Okay,
Okay, sir. Okay, sir.
okay.